Okay, so we want this to pull up that bottom sheet. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we're going to show that and enable drag. Let's say 400, that sounds good. Alright, now we got to build this out. So, full width, let's do, just going to do infinite height for now. Let's make it rounded on top. Alright, so what do I want to add here? So we need a start time and a stop time. So let's get that in there. So column and a row, text field. So actually, no, we don't want a text field there. We want a container. Because this is going to be we're going to use a date picker. But first things first, let me throw some text here on top. We'll just say add and event. Alright, I'm going to get a little bit of spacing going. We'll do 15, add it to start, and okay. Let's make this a little bigger. There we go. Okay, so container. Okay, so let's make this just like 50. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, so now we want to give it a name, so we'll actually put that above that. And let's try to make that look the same as these containers. So we'll do, yeah, let's just do infinite width, and then we'll have some padding on this column, like 10. $16 feels right. Alright, so we'll change this up a little bit. Let's get rid of this padding. And let's make these expanded. That way they'll just kind of take up the space. Okay, in my row, I'll need some spacing. Let's say 10. 20. I like that better. Okay, so this is going to be event name. Okay, and then we're going to do, I like border radius of 12. That's my happy spot. And I don't like autofocus. I like outline instead of underline. Where's that at? There we go. So outline. We'll make the border color the primary. And that should be good. Yeah, why not? Alright, so that looks good. Event name, start time, end time. I don't really know what else we need. We'll just go with that for now. Okay, and so when we add that event, probably only need that to be like 300. Let's make sure we've got safe area on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so what do we want to do when we add an event? So we'll go and make an event collection. Events. Okay, this one's going to be really simple. It's just going to have a name, a string. We're going to have start time. Oh, we need to have the date, I suppose. Yeah, so the date, or let's see, event, date, date time. All right, we're going to have a start time. That's also going to be a date time. And then we'll have an end time. That's going to be a date time as well. Alright, so now we've got the basic schema set up for the event. It's pretty straightforward. So let's go in and get that to work. So we go here. We're obviously going to get a button here. I didn't even think about that. Alright, so add to, oh, what am I doing? I didn't mean to do that. I want to do the text. Here we go. Add to calendar. Easy peasy. Let's get a little bit of spacing there just to divide it up. That looks good to me. Okay, so when we click that, we want to simply create a document. And it's going to be the only collection that we have. Okay, so we'll start with end time. That's going to be this guy. Okay, then we'll do start time, which is going to be this guy. Event date. Oh, I guess we have to pass that in. Oopsies. Alright, and then the event name, we can set that too. Alright, so to get the event date, we're going to have to pass it in, because this is a separate component. So we'll add a parameter here for date, and it'll be a date time. It is required. So now let's hop back to the main page, and we'll pass that into that component. And it'll be whatever date is selected here. So I haven't used this widget before, so I think we want to do start. Okay. Yeah, let's see if that does what I think it does. Alright, so event date, now we need to simply pass that in. So the component parameter right there. Okay, so let's just confirm that it's going to write to Firestore. Make sure everything's working as expected. Okay, so let's we're going to select a date. Well, let's select tomorrow. Oh, I see. That's why there's a start and end. So is there a way for me to just have it be one date and not a start end date? Because I don't really want a start and end date. I really just want a date selected. Okay. Uh, hmm. So I wasn't expecting that behavior. I was hoping that it would just select whichever day. Okay. Okay, maybe that is what it's doing. Alright, let's give it a shot. So the 18th, so we'll add, alright, test, start time, 9 p.m., end time, 10 p.m. Cool. Alright, so add to calendar. Okay, that may have worked. I just need to have it close when it's done, so let me go ahead and throw that in there. So after creating the document, we'll close the dialog. So that should be good. Next thing, we'll want to have that be a little bit taller, so maybe 400 again. That's what I think I set it at originally. Okay, so now let's go look at our data and see if it wrote in there as expected. Oh, I guess I have to do that, don't I? Oopsies. Alright, I forgot to do that part. So we will go to Firebase. Hopefully our project's in here. There it is. Alright, so we just need to go here to users. Oh, it's already there. Firebase at FlutterFlow. Well, then what's the issue? Oh, email sign in. Durkadur. Okay, so let's go. Authentication, and then I guess we'll have to get started. Email password, enable. I think that's all we need just to give FlutterFlow access. Let's refresh and see, maybe, question mark. All right, cool. So let's try doing that again. Reload. Okay, so select the 18th, add, test, start time, sure, end time, 10, add to calendar. Let's see if that worked. Perfect, it did. So let's make sure it's the right date. Event date is 8/18, so I think, nope, that's perfect. All right, so now we need to generate a list to show the events that we create. I think this is going to be done relatively quickly. It's a pretty, so far we haven't had many issues. So all right, so this list view is going to be from my events collection, and we're going to turn on infinite scroll. If you guys aren't familiar with that, that allows you to have only pull back as many documents that are viewable on the screen. So for example, if I've got list tiles and I can show like 5 on the screen at a time, it's only going to pull back 5 documents at a time. So I like to do 10 though, and as you scroll it'll pull the documents in. So essentially it's saving you a lot on reads. So if you guys don't use Firestore, or if you guys want to use Firestore, just be aware that your reads and writes are all limited. It's pretty big. It's like 50,000 a day, but as your application grows, you can actually hit that pretty easily if you're not careful. Okay, anyway, so that's all we need there. All right, so I'm going to expand that all the way down. And now let's create a little, let's just use a generic list tile. That should do what we need. Okay, I like to give it like one space or one padding, so it gives like this little line effect between each tile. Alright, so for the title, it's going to be the name of the event, and I think we could, yeah, now for the subtitle, I guess we can do the start time to the end time, so we can do something like combine text, and that'll allow us to grab the start time, and we'll make it pretty by formatting it to that. Now add another text, space, hyphen, space, and now we'll simply add the end time. I think that's going to be perfect. There we go. All right, so let's confirm that. Okay. And I guess we want it to where if you click that, then you can edit the event. But we'll do that in just a second. Let's see if this is going to populate as expected. Perfect. So that's already there. So now if we're going to go add, oh wait. Oh, my fault. Okay, so I need to show this list based on what date is selected here. So let's go back to list view, and we're going to filter where the event date is equal to the date that's selected here, and I believe we use the start date. So let's run it again and see if that fixes that issue. Okay, cool. So now if we click on the 18th, perfect, we see it. I still don't love how it keeps the Saturday. Actually, let's see. Maybe I can adjust that. Inactive date style. Perfect. Let's see if we can just... well, selected date style, blue date style. I don't know if I'm able to change. So what I'm trying to do is make this Saturday just not be highlighted at all. I really just want one day to be highlighted. That would be ideal. So yeah. Maybe what I should do is just, when selecting that, I'll show the date above the list. I think that'll give better fidelity. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's add another text field here, and we'll bring it up here above this list view. Yeah, and then what we'll do is we'll just set that equal to whatever date was selected. So start date. So confirm. Oh, let's do format, and we'll make it look like that. That looks good. Yay. Okay, so we want to make that a little bigger. Maybe medium 20. Yeah, that looks good to me. Alright, so again, we need to have some spacing here in this column, so let's try 15. I like. Okay, let's go back. Reload. And actually, let me turn off dark mode, because I think that's why it's showing that. Okay. Reload again. Okay, this is perfect. So now, when you click it, it'll actually show the date. So that's exactly what I wanted. Okay. I'm going to have a little bit of fun with it, though. So instead of just showing no items found, so this is for my sister, so I want to kind of make it a little goofy. Let's do the empty list widget. Is that what it's... Wait a second. What's... No items found. List is currently... Where's that being generated? Should be in this empty list widget, right? Question mark? How is that being shown? Huh. Where is that coming from? So let's go ahead and make that slidable, and then what we can do is we can have it delete. Let's see. And, oh, geez. Just kidding. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Oh no. Okay, perfect. So let's just have one slidable, and it's going to be delete. And we'll do trash can. Maybe it is delete. Let's see, delete. There we go. So do a little trash can there. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, let's make that red. Yeah, that's cool. All right. And oh, obviously we have to give it an action, so we'll do, yeah, let's just delete it, the document. There we go, and then the reference. Perfect. All right, so that's good. That's not really something we need, but I got a little distracted because I just saw it there. But what I'm looking for is what was I looking for? Oh, so something to show when the list is empty. So what we can do, yeah, so this should have a widget here. And let's go look around and see if we can find something here. I think it's in here. I forget what the name of that website is. Let's try this one. So, Lottie, that's what it's called. Lottie Files. There we go. All right, we'll get it figured out. Okay, so let's go search for no results, something like that. And let's just find a cool animation to put in there. This is not necessary, but just for fun. Okay, that's premium, so I can't get that one. Just looking for one that sticks out. I don't know. Nah, we can come back to it later. This is not necessary for the app at all. Okay, so, but I do want to say something, so we'll just do empty list widget. Yeah, let's see if we can come up with something here. So we'll just do a blank component, and we'll just call it empty list component. And it's simply just a text, and we'll put it in the middle, and we'll have a parameter for our message. A string, confirm. All right, so now we'll just have this be that message. So we can pass it in dynamically, whatever we want it to say for any list. So if we go back to home page, list, now we can go to empty list widget, select component, select empty list. Now we can pass that message in, and we can just say no scheduled events. Okay, so that I think makes a little more sense than no items found, whatever. So we'll go with that, and let's just see what that looks like. Okay, I want it to be further down. Maybe we can wrap this in a container. Okay, and we can make this infinity width, infinity height. And let's make sure that text is in the center. Oh, where's my container? There we go. Bam. All right. So let's run that and see if that does a little better. Okay. So I actually don't see it at all now. That's no fun. Wonder why. Let's reload it one more time. Not sure why expanding that broke it, but it looks like it did. So let's try 100% width and 100% height. Maybe that will behave better. I don't really know. Let's see. Okay, I think I know what's going on. So let's go back. First things first, I actually need, so this is scrollable. Yeah, that's why. Okay, so let's go back to this. We'll get rid of this container. And then we'll cheat a little bit. I'm just going to put this in the middle, and then I'm going to give it like 50 padding. Just so it's not like at the very top. And we'll probably get away with 100. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Now I think it'll be what I'm looking for. Okay, that's close enough. Alright, so if we go to the Sunday, and then now I want it to where I can click on this and edit it if I want to. Yeah, so let's work on that. Okay, do I want that just to be a... Trying to think if I want to make that like a separate page or just reuse this bottom sheet here. I'm thinking, let's just make it another page. And we'll call this edit event. Okay. And this will be the name of the event that we pass in. So first things first, we need to specify the page parameter. This is going to be the event, and we'll just pass in the document. And that's good. Okay, so now I'm just going to go steal this stuff and take out what I don't want. Alright, so we can remove that column, or remove this one. Okay, we don't need this text anymore. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to name this update event. And that's it. And so now it's going to have a totally different action. So we're not creating a document, we are updating this time. Alright, and we're updating this document specifically. So we need the reference. And I'm just going to put every field in here except for the date. Yeah, so we'll get rid of that. Alright, so the end time, it's going to be whatever they picked. Okay. Start time is going to be whatever they pick here, and then the name is going to be from that text field. Now, we also need to set the initial value here. to whatever we pass in. So in this case, the event name, the I think the date time we need to let's see. I think we need to set that on page load. Let me see. I think that's the way we do that. So set. Okay, maybe in this case we want to use a page date variable. I think that's the right way to go. So we'll do start time. Oh, wrong convention there. Start time is a date, and end time is a date as well. Okay. Okay, now on page load, we're going to set those page variables. So state management, update page state. We're going to add both of these. And start time is going to be what we pass in, start time. And then end time is going to be what we pass in. Easy peasy. Okay, so now these text fields are going to be set by the page date. So that's what we're going to go off of now. So instead of the widget state, we're going to use the page state here. Start time, pick JM. Same with this one. We're going to use the page date. End time. Okay, so is the stream good? I think so. All right. So there's a chance that they change the name, but they don't change the start time or the end time. So we need to have like that default value set, and we're just going to use page state to do that. That's the safest way to do it. All right. So now when we pick the date time, we also need to update that page state. So this is going to be the start time, set value to this guy, and we'll just go ahead and copy that because we're lazy, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to paste, but instead of start time, I guess that didn't really help us. So we still have to go in and change it to end time. All right, set value to widget state, date pick 2. All right, perfect. I think we're good now. So now when we update the event, we're going to use the page date variables for those instead of the widget state. So let's do that. Start time. End time. I think this is going to do what I want. So let's find out. Looks like we need to reload or start another session. Maybe we can reload this one. Okay. Add. So let's do. Okay, so first we need to go to the date that we want. Add. And this is going to be test 2. And this is going to start at 12:55. And it's going to end at 1:05. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Add to calendar. Interesting. That should have... Ew. Okay. So do I not have that reloading real time? I don't know why it wouldn't. And does this functionality work? Ooh, it does not. Maybe I don't have those permissions. Probably. Okay, so let's close that. Let's go check our permissions here. that's why. So everyone, we're not doing any authentication, so we're just going to have everyone have access to it. Not a big deal. This app's not going anywhere. Only one person's probably going to use it. So that's good. So now we should be able to do that. Now, I'm wondering if infinite scroll is enabled, does that mean I don't have real-time updates? Question mark? I feel like I should know that, but I don't. All right, so we're going to order this by start time, increasing, perfect. So enable, so listen for changes is on. This list will keep listening for changes in order to keep the current list. This will not cause new items to appear. Got it. Okay, so if we have infinite scroll enabled, so if we disable that, it should update real time. I'm going to keep infinite scroll off because, I mean, how many events can we have in a day, right? It's not going to... Normally you turn infinite scroll on if you had like thousands of results, but you only wanted to show X amount at a time. So I don't think we need to worry about that here. So I'm going to turn that off because I want that real-time updating. So as soon as they add the event, okay, yeah, let's deploy those indexes. So as soon as they add the event, I want it to be shown on the list. So that's what we're doing. All right. Now we're going to have some indexing issues, but we will, hopefully those will be done soon. Excuse me. All right, so now if I add, we should see it adding right away. So this one's at 12:55, so let's do one at 9:30 a.m. and end time 10:30 a.m. So it's an hour long test. So this should show on top of test 2, hopefully. Ooh, yet again, did not update real time. I don't love that. It's very odd. Maybe let's reload it again and try. Maybe it didn't catch that we turned off infinite scroll. Let's see. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay. All right, we're just going to have to wait for a little bit. Let's see if we can make some updates while we wait. So this, I don't think we actually connected it. Nope. So we're going to navigate to our edit event, and we're going to pass the event in there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, so that's good there. I do want to make some changes to this bottom sheet. So really with the time, I want it to be in 15-minute increments. I don't know if that's possible, but we're going to find out. No, it doesn't look like it is. Okay, so unfortunately I don't have a ton of flexibility with the built-in date picker, so it might not be an issue. If she doesn't like it, we could always look, excuse me, we can always look for a custom widget to make that a little bit better. So let's see. I think all in all, she wanted something that was Monday through Sunday, and that she could just quickly, go in and change the date, add the event, or appointment, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so let's look on Sunday. So now if I add haircut, Start time 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Okay, add. Perfect. So that goes in. So it does definitely work. Now there's some additional things that I'd like to have in here, like you can't conflict. Well, let's see if this delete's working. It is. Good. So we'll click on a haircut. You got it there. Update the event. Great. We need a back button there. Okay. That looks good. Yeah, so I think we got the basic functionality figured out. Really not much more to do. So I'm going to reach out to her and see if this is what she's looking for. And then, yeah, if I need to make some updates, I'll go live again and you guys can watch me do that. But I think that's all for this one. So thanks for being here, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.